Welcome to the Journal Club. This is Navandita Krishnan, Department of Pharmaceutics, Karpan College of Pharmacy, Coimbatore. In this slide, we are going to see about the marine pharmacology and its potential challenges and futures in India. So next, let's see the slides. In this slide, I am mentioned the citation of the article. The author name is Hemant. Name of the journal publication is Journal of Medical Science, and its published date is 2018. In this slide, let's see the abstract of the following article. So, nearly 50% of the marketed drugs are obtained from the only natural sources, either it is plant sources, animal sources, marine sources. But in those days, the US FDA was approved many marine sources drugs for the pharmaceutical industries and academic areas. These marine products are in very better and faster drug development from the marine sources. uh, Nowadays in India, it is going forward towards the production of the medicines from the marine sources only. So nowadays, US FDA giving an approval for the marine drug sources. So in this slide, the author is mentioned about then what is the marine sources, marine pharmacology, and what are the chemical components present in the marine sources, and marine drug development currently in India. So these topics are covered in this slide by the author. So let's see the introductions about this article. Nowadays, more than 50% of the drugs are derived from the natural products, and these derived products are in starting material, and it is used for the various disease treatments. But exception, cancers, infection, inflammatory disease, and other neurodegenerative diseases cannot be treated with the natural products because of the lack of the chemicals, lack of the source, and lack of the chemical compound present in that plant. Since there is no and lot of chemical compounds are obtained from the marine sources for the treatment of the infections, inflammatory disease, etc. So next, these are the development for the resistance of the any pathogenic disease and organism towards the antibiotics, and cancer cells to anti-tumor drugs. Next, nowadays, drug discovery is a very sophisticated and it is very high costlier nowadays. So the many MNC companies and other companies are doesn't involved in the drug discovery because of its sophistication and costlier. So that the researcher claimed that in biological diversities of oceans. So they are taking the marine source for a future drug development, because a marine is an in the world a 70%, 75% of an in the world is contains about than 75% of water, and in that oceans there is a lot of marine fungi, plants, and animal sources are available. Through that we can discover many chemicals or many therapeutic agents from the marine sources. So, in this article, the author is discuss about the marine pharmacologies over the last few decades and marine source drug development in India and its challenges. So, these are topics are covered in this slide. So, now let's see then marine pharmacology and its potential and evolution of the marine sources and marine pharmacologies. So, marine natural products. So, that is also called as an MNP. So, these are the marine source drug development is big, or coming, or it is present more than few decades. So, first isolation of the marine drug product is an spongothymidine and spongouridine. It is isolated from the marine spongy Thetaea crypta. It is developed by the Bregman. So from that spongothymidine, spongouridine, it eventually developed an Arca-C, that is cytarabine, that is called as an cytarabine. It is an anti-leukemia agent, and next one is an ARA-A. It is an vidaravine. It is an antiviral drug. So these two drugs are obtained from the marine sources, and it is approved by the US FDA in 1967 and 1976 respectively. After the approval of in ARA-C and ARA-A, it not until 2004. So uh, after approving the RAC and RAA, the next drug approved is then noted. So this is the next drug is approved by the US FDA for the severe chronic pain. So in this slide, I mentioned that US FDA approved drugs for marine origins. So these are the compounds are approved by the US FDA for the treatment. First one is an terabectedin. It is obtained from the tunicate. It is in marine organisms for an soft tissue sarcoma and ovarian cancers. It were used. It approved drug is in 2015. So first drug is approved is a citabrin. In 1967 is the first drug, and other next drug is an ziconotide, and next is an omega 3. These are the some drugs are approved by the US FDA from the marine origins for the various treatment of diseases. Then chemical diversities of the oceans. So in the ocean there is a 36 known phyla are 36 phyla are available. In that the 34 phyla are known or well known phyla in oceans. When it is compared to the land, there is an 17 phylums are known, but the 12 phylums are exclusively present in the marine. It is an excess and new phyla are present in the marine. So through this phyla, through this excess 12 phyla, we can discover more and more drugs for the various treatments of drugs. Apart from that, the oceans contains an 2 lakhs of a species of invertebrates and algae. So when you compare to the land animals, the oceans contains a more number of species in the marine sources. So it is says that only a small percentage of species yet to be discovered and described. So in a marine, only a few animals and a few species and few plants are discovered. So and also the oceanic bacteria are 10% of in living biomass carbon in the biospheres. So this is on chemical diversities of oceans. A lot of therapeutic agents which are obtained from the marine plants, marine animals and marine microbes are in very potential pharmaceutical agents which are approved by the US FDA, European countries and other Indian countries are approving the marine therapeutic agents. Especially the marine sponges are in very diverse chemical compounds in the therapeutic potentials, such as in spirulina are in very important in the nutraceuticals, and it having great and potential therapeutic agents also. Apart from that, the other bioactive molecules such as bryozoans, acidians, molasses, algae. So these are the some of them and other bioactive molecules which are present in the marine. So these have a very potential and very effective therapeutic agents which are used in the pharmaceutics. Next, let's see then marine microorganism. It is an important resource for the new drugs development. See, these microorganisms are present in the high salt environment and high hydrostatic pressures. So, due to this reason, in 1950s, there is a rumor was spread out over the world. That is, they say that only 5% of the marine bacteria can be cultivated in the laboratories or in vitro methods. But due to this time and a changing, these marine organisms can now be cultivated successfully in the in vitro method. So the pharmaceutical industries have not used these enormous resource because reason is the researchers want to explore the familiar and easily accessible microorganism they need. So due to this reason, the pharmaceutical research papers are not taking these resources for the development of the new drug. But these marine microorganisms have a lot of therapeutic and potential pharmaceutical agents are present. So in upcoming or in coming days, the researchers are uh, or take these marine sources for the drug development. So it shows them very potential therapeutic agents. Now let's see then what are the challenges are associated with this the development of a drug from the marine sources. So there is a lot of reasons are there, but in this slide I'm only given in every few things. So first thing is then if you consider the ocean is the very largest in the world. It is around 75%. So in the ocean, the lot of areas are inaccessible by the researchers. Because if you see some areas of an oceans have a high depth, and when you go inside of the depth of the oceans, you cannot able to withstand in the high pressure of waters, and there is no oxygens, and there is no any light sources, and identification of a plant is very difficult. So lot of challenges are there. And also there is no good collaborations between the pharmaceutical researchers as well as with oceanographers. When the collaboration between the researchers, pharmaceutical researchers, and as well as an oceanographer, the collaboration is good, then we can explore the many drugs, many plant sources, fungi, etc. from the marine sources. So as well as the development of the underwater, it is a very difficult. When you The cultivation of the medicinal plant in the soil is very easy, but in the case of in marine plant, it is a very difficult to cultivate. So these are the some challenges, but there is a lot of challenges are there. But I mentioned only a few things. Now let's see the current scenario of a drug development from the marine sources in India. So it is in India, the marine pharmacological is still in nascent phase. So first of all, India is contains a coastal line of about 8,000 kilometers with a large variety of marine habitats. So when you compare to the other countries such as in China, in India contains more than 8,000 of kilometers of coastal lines. So this is a massive marine habitat, and as well as in India, only a few institutions are doing research work in the development of life-saving drugs from the marine sources. So these institutions such as National Institution of Oceanology in Goa and Central Drug Research Institution in Lucknow. This is two important marine drug development research laboratories are present in there. They are doing a research work in the development of life-saving drugs. So there is an other institutions are present in India. So I mentioned only then the most important two centers in this slide. So when you come to in India, it is an marine pharmacological drug development is an still in nascent phase, but in future days, due to the technological development and due to the new technological protocols are developed for them for discovering the more drugs through the marine sources. So now let's see then conclusion of the marine pharmacology. Let's see along with the future of the marine pharmacologies. So there is a lot of research papers and review papers about the marine pharmacology. They have claimed that the marine contains a lot of species, organisms, etc. So through these organisms, we can discover then massive therapeutic agents for the various drug treatment. So due to this claiming, several organizations and other academic peoples are concentrated on the drug development from the marine sources. So they may involved in that research work. In future, it may happen. So apart from that, the marine derived drugs have discovered the potential novel components, and extraction techniques and isolation techniques also be developed, and it is evaluated for the safety and efficacy may be planned in the future days. However, many research works are doing a research work in the cancer chemotherapeutics. Maybe through the marine sources we can obtain a well-known therapeutic agents for treatment of the cancer therapeutics. So in future days, the marine source is a major source for the development of the drugs. It gives a more life-saving drugs in futures. So in this slide, I mentioned that there is an currently for the treatment of the anti-cancer, Alzheimer, analgesic, and antibacterial. In this area, the lot of components were discovered from the marine organisms. In Alzheimer, in anti-cancer, alpidine, it is an obtained from the marine plants, And for an Alzheimer, it is obtained from the marine plant. Compound name is then bryostatins, and it is mechanism of actions and current status is doing in clinical phase trial is going down. So currently the research workers are doing an research work in the marine natural products. So I now let's now come to the conclusions. I hope that in future the marine products and marine sources and larger source for the drug development. I hope that the marine is contains in a lot of plants and ocean species, fungi, microorganisms, etc. So research papers are developing protocol for them isolations, extractions, and evolution, safety, efficacy are developed, and it is in future days we can commercialized with marine source drugs. Nowadays, spirulina is one of the nutraceuticals is available in the tablet formation. So like that, omega-3 fatty acid and fish liver oil, these are some of the nutraceutical components. So in future diseases, in pharmaceuticals people and pharmaceutical research people are developed the new drug from the marine and it is commercialized. I hope that it will be done. So thank you very much for your patient listening. If any queries or suggested values, please comment in the comment sections. Thank you very much.